Okay, so to begin the look, I am starting off with a primer. This one is from Smashbox. It is their Photo Finish Luminizing Primer, Luminizing, and I am applying it using my clean fingertips onto my entire face. This is what is going to give me that glow from within because I'm not using like a glowy, dewy finish foundation, so that is why I applied this primer to begin the look. In order to shape and darken my brows, I'm going to be using this Anastasia Brow Wiz, and this is in the color dark brown. And this is what I usually just use the Brow Wiz. I don't use the pomade as much anymore, just because I want a more natural brow look as opposed to a more, dark defined brow. I still might do that every once in a while if I want a really glammed up look, but for the most part, I just use the Brow Wiz and it is amazing. And of course, setting those brows using the Cella Eyebrow Gel. To start off the eye look, I'm going to be using the MAC Paint Pot, and this is in the color Soft Ochre. And as if you've been watching my videos, you know that I love using this stuff as a base. I am trying to look for other options as far as the base for the eyes, but I just look for the option that gives me not only like a primer, but is also going to even out the natural pigment that's on my lids. So that's my main thing, and that's why I always tend to use the MAC Paint Pot for anything else, just because it evens everything out. And then I'm going in with my True Match powder. This is in the color N4. And just applying that with a shadow brush, a big shadow brush, in order to set everything and prevent any potential creasing. So to do this nice soft spring look, I'm simply going to be using this one eyeshadow. This is Soft Brown from MAC, and I'm going to be applying it onto my crease using a tapered blending brush. I'll have all the brushes and all of the products in the description bar in case you are interested or are wondering exactly what I'm using. But that is exactly what it is. It's a tapered blending brush, so it's pointed at the top in order to get a little bit more of a precise application, because I do want to get into the crease and in the crease only. I don't want this color to go anywhere else, and at the end I'm kind of just flicking it out to give it kind of like a little winged out effect, as you can see here. So I'm just going back and forth and building that color up. Then I'm moving on to my liner. This is going to be kind of the star of the show. I'm going to be using the Inglot gel liner in 77, which is the darkest of the darks. It is so black. And I'm just going to be giving myself a heck of a thick wing. I didn't want to overdo it with the shadows, which is why I only chose the one to tone it down, but still have a little bit something going on in the crease. But I wanted this to be the main focus. So the lips and the liner are going to be the main focus, which is why I'm really going to go thick with it and pretty long. It's going to be a pretty elongated, thick winged line. And for this particular look, I am going to be applying false lashes because mine just kind of tend to get a little hidden, especially if the wing line is a little bit too thick. Mine are they're just not as big as like false lashes would be, right? So here I'm simply applying the Iconic Lash from the House of Lashes. And then I decided that my crease just wasn't defined enough with the soft brown color, and so I went back, packed it on a little bit more, but this time I used a pencil brush to really get in the crease. Next, moving on to the face, of course, I have to color correct my dark circles. So for that, I am using the Becca color corrector in the color Peach. And in case you were wondering, I am absolutely doing the color correcting video, kind of like color correcting 101, talking to you all about that, and it should be up by next week. So in case you were wondering about that, it is coming. And for foundation, I am wearing the Double Wear Foundation from Estee Lauder, and this is in the color Wheat, and simply dabbing that onto my entire face using a damp beauty blender. For concealer, I'm going to be using the Naked Skin Concealer from Urban Decay, and I'm applying it with my ring finger as opposed to the actual applicator that comes with it, just simply because I want to pat it on top of the color corrector. I don't want to move anything underneath, so that is the reason for that. I'm applying it underneath the eyes, and I'm also going to be applying it up and down the center of my face. just so that I can elongate my face a little bit, especially like the forehead area, because I have like a 3-finger forehead. It's quite small, and so I want to give the appearance of a longer or like a bigger forehead. That's the only reason why I'm doing that. Don't typically do that, but I just figured for this video, like, why not? And then, of course, blending everything together using my damp beauty blender. To set my under eye area and kind of a few other places along my face, I'm using powder. And let me tell you, this was the hardest powder to find for sale, and I only found like this tiny little size, and it was like $14. Usually it's like a bigger bottle and it's only for like 10 bucks, but yeah, that's all I found, and I decided to purchase it because everyone has been raving about it, and I can see why. It literally, it mattifies everything, it sets everything without adding any additional color. Like, it doesn't matter how much you put on your face. You're not going to add anything additionally to your face, and there's no flashback. It is ridiculous. Like, this powder is magic. So if you can get your hands on it, definitely do so. I think I might like this more than my Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder, but I mean, I don't know. I've used it a handful of times and I absolutely love it. So yes. This next part is totally unnecessary, so feel free to skip it if you are going to recreate this look. But I am using the Stila Lip Water Plumping Primer. Yeah, so it's just a primer that's going to go right on top of my lips. I like the way it makes my lips feel because my lips are typically really dry. And so this is just kind of like a nice hydrating layer. For bronzing / contouring today, I'm going to be using the Hoola bronzer from Benefit and just applying that using my Real Techniques brush onto the hollows of my cheeks. Just very lightly though. For blush, I wanted something really nice and soft, so I'm using the Fit Me blush from Maybelline, and this is in the color Light Rose, and just lightly packing it onto my cheeks. Of course, I have to use a little bit more than the average Joe because I am a little bit darker, and this one is pretty light, but I really love the color of this blush. For mascara, I'm using the Estee Lauder Sumptuous Extreme Mascara in order to blend my real lashes with the false lashes and also to add just one coat to my bottom lashes. For highlight, I'm going to be taking this Becca Trio. This is the Shimmering Skin Perfector, and applying the colors Pearl and Champagne Pop. I'm going to be mixing those and applying those onto the tops of my cheekbones, and of course along the bridge of my nose, and a little bit onto the temple area. And last but not least, I'm going to be applying Urban Decay's Catfight on my lips. This is from their Revolution collection, I believe, and it is just the most stunning hot pink I've ever laid my eyes on. Maybe one of the most stunning hot pinks, if not the most stunning hot pink. It is just a true hot pink. How many times can I say hot pink? It is amazing, and I think it would look stunning with any skin tone, in my opinion. So if you're into any bright lips, or if you're wanting to try something new for the spring / summer, definitely give this a shot, or at least give this a swatch next time that you're in an Ulta or a Sephora, because I just think it's beautiful. And that completes the look. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all so much for the incredible support. I cannot thank you enough, and I am just extremely shocked and humbled by the amount of feedback, positive feedback that I've been receiving. You guys are amazing. As always, take care, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.